Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Amber Miller, where I talk about all things real estate investing, buy, renovate, sell, repeat, most often known as house flipping. But you might be wondering, how does someone get started when they don't really know what to do? Well, today I'm going to share my journey about how I got started back in 2007 and where I am today with my house flipping journey, and I can't wait for you to join me for it. Okay, so there is a lot to learn when it comes to house flipping, but I will also tell you there's plenty of success stories of people who have been able to learn to successfully flip and either do it as a kind of a side business or scale it to an entire career. But we might not know all the things about those people and how they got started and how they made that journey. Was why I decided to get started, how I did my very first flip, and how that compares to where I am now with the business. So, getting started. Back in 2007, I decided I needed to know how to flip houses. I decided I wanted to do just one flip. And so one day I had a conversation with my husband, been something I've been thinking about for a few years. And I said, I really feel like I need to do this just to see if I can, just to see if it works. I had seen some stories of other people having success doing it, and it seemed like something I might be able to do and be successful at as well. There was a little bit of a problem. I didn't have any financing, I didn't have any experience, I didn't have any construction knowledge, and I didn't even really have someone to help me in any of the really important areas like realtor, contractor, those types of things. So first things first, I had to get the money to buy a flip. Well, the way that I did that was using a traditional mortgage, and then I funded the renovations using my own money that I had taken out as a loan. So for some people that might not be comfortable, and I can understand that, but for me, it was a scenario where I needed to know if I could do this so strongly that I was willing to do things that were not normal to get the money to do it. And mind you, I did try to go traditional means. Of course I did. I tried to go to banks. I tried to get special funding for flips, but unfortunately, being that it was 2007 and 2008, nobody was really interested in lending to a brand new person flipping a house for the first time because that was considered not very safe. So fast forward, buy the property, don't have a contractor, find a contractor, get it done in about 8 weeks, sell the property within the first 10 days, and guess what? We made $27,000. Amazing, right? That was more than I anticipated. It was what we had estimated we would make, but actually having it close and make a $27,000 profit just confirmed that I was on the right path. And so from there, I did a few more deals, a few more deals, a few more deals. Now, fast forward to 2013, because up until that point, I had a full-time career and was house flipping on the side. Well, when 2013 came around, I decided that I wanted to go full-time, all in on my real estate investing. So I left my corporate career and have been doing real estate full-time ever since. And in 2013, I also got my real estate license so that I was able to have the flexibility to go look at properties as soon as they came on the market, and also was able to have secondary income if I chose to by working with clients in the real estate realm as well. So that's my journey. That's how I transitioned. The big why about why I did this and why it was so important to me was at the time, I had found out after being in my corporate career for a few years that it wasn't going to be the easy ride that I had thought it would be to retirement. You see these stories about people who have the same career for 25 years and they get a great retirement or a pension, and then they just retire at 25 years, so mid-50s, right? But what I started to realize was that every single time there was any type of an organizational change, every single time that the company restructured its departments, there was people who were let go. who were either severanced out or put into new departments and then ultimately ended up having those departments dissolve, and so they left. And so to me, it felt so incredibly risky to leave my entire professional life and financial future in the hands of a company that could change their minds at any time. And not to mention the whole idea where you only get promoted if there's positions you can move into and you have to interview them for them. Or you can only get a raise of 1 to 3% and it's always based off, first and foremost, if the company makes profit, right? And the idea that somebody else was always going to have the say in whether or not I was able to be paid more. It felt like it was an assessment of value. And I didn't like the idea of that always being left in someone else's hands. If there's anybody who's going to decide what I do financially and how that looks and how I'm compensated, I want that to be me. I want my effort to be equitable to the reward that I get. I don't want to be in a cubicle for 20 years working really, really, really hard and have it not be deemed worthy of a 3% raise, or never be deemed worthy of a promotion, or at one point, maybe even not deemed worthy of me keeping my job. So at the end of the day, that was a big catalyst for me. And I know for a lot of people, the idea about investing in real estate is risky, but I've got to tell you, for me personally, the idea that somebody else holds my future and the future of my family in their hands and can make a very quick decision to change that felt risky to me. So that's my story about how I got started in real estate. Check out the comments below. I've got a link to the fixer-upper checklist that I use now when I'm trying to determine pretty quickly if a house has fixer-upper potential. But if you're thinking about starting to flip, or you maybe already are flipping, I would love to hear about your why. Why did you get started, and why do you think this is a good way for you to create financial flexibility and freedom for you? Thanks so much for watching. Check out next week's episode as well, and subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you here on a weekly basis with me. Bye for now.